my channel. As you can tell from the title of the video, this is what's in my hospital bag for my baby. I am now 39 weeks pregnant. I have already recorded what's in my hospital bag, so I will link that for you so you can go and see that if you're interested. But this is a bag separate for my baby. I like to keep it separate, just makes it a bit easier for finding things. Rather than having like a labour bag and then an after labour bag with both of our things in, I just have a bag for me and a bag for the baby. So I will get straight into showing you what's in the bag. I have also done a list on my blog, so I will link that for you as well below, so you can go check that out if you want to save the list for yourself and interested to see what I have included. So I'll start with showing you the bag. This is the bag I'm using. This is the changing bag that I use for my little boy. I didn't use this for when he was in hospital because I didn't have it then, but I bought this afterwards. It's from Boots. If I can find it, I will link the bag below, but it's just a regular changing bag. Obviously it's quite packed up at the moment because I've got enough for a few days in there, so I'll just go through and show you what I have. There's a pouch on this side, one on this side, and then one on the front and one at the back. So I'll start with that first. So this side I have just a plastic bag. May or may not use it, but it's worth having in there just in case there's any really bad dirty nappies or sick or anything like that. I need to put clothes in a bag, just makes it a bit easier. In the zipped pocket, which is on the other side, I have a little hat. It's winter obviously at the moment, and when we go outside to go home I'll want to put a little hat on the baby. This is actually the same one as Tommy wore when he went home from the hospital, so I thought that was nice to include. I don't think I could find the mitts to go with this, and they were quite small anyway, so I haven't packed the mitts that match this, but I have packed a set of mitts, and these are fluffy ones for outdoors. I don't think I've packed any mitts for indoors because the baby grows have the inbuilt ones that just flop over the hands, so I've not packed those, but these are just for outdoors because it could be really, really cold. At the moment the weather is not getting much over 1 or 2 degrees, so obviously taking a small baby outside when it's only 1 or 2 degrees, you want to keep them warm. And we won't have much of a walk because Keith can bring the car up to the hospital, but I just want to make sure that they are warm, particularly if the car's a bit cold, so I packed that in there. And I also have a little pair of socks, just a plain pair of socks, so that if their feet are a bit cold I can pop these either under their baby grow or over, just to keep them warm, because sometimes babies need to they lose a lot of heat. I know when Tommy was born he was a little bit under temperature, so we had to keep him warm. I don't think he went on to, I don't know what they call it, is it a hot bed, or where they've basically got a heater on their bed to warm them up. I don't think he did in the end, but his temperature was a little low, so something like a pair of socks helps to warm them up. And then there's nothing in the front pouch. In the back, so I'm just looking at the front here, there's nothing in there. This one here I have a blanket for the baby. I think this is like a cellular blanket. Actually my sister's given this to me. She had a little boy 5 months after Tommy was born, so she has a few things that she's passed on to me. So I've packed this for the hospital. I may not need it in the hospital because they often do provide blankets, but I thought it was worth having so that when we leave the hospital the baby had a blanket on them. I didn't want obviously them to get cold. So going on to the main section of the bag, I'll just open it up. It is quite packed up. I've tried to put on top the things that we kind of need straight away. Looking, I think I'd have to take a few bits out before I got to a baby grow, but I have tried to make it as organised as possible. So the first thing I've come to is a little cardigan. It's just a little plain white woolen cardigan. Again, if it's a bit cold, well, probably not cold in the hospital, but if the baby's a bit cold, or when we go home, then the baby can have a little cardigan over the top of their baby grow just to keep them warm. I also have a pile of square muslin cloths. So these are just regular muslin cloths, nothing too fancy, just plain white ones. And these are so useful for when you're feeding, when you're winding the baby, or if they're a little bit sick, you can mop up the sick with this. They are just so useful. I've packed I think 5 of those. If I need more, then I'd have to send Keith home to get some, or I could pack a separate bag to go in the car, to stay in the car if we needed more. But I found this was fine last time. You don't always have them being sick that early on, it just depends on the child. So I thought 5 should be okay. Hopefully I don't have much of a stay in the hospital, so this should be okay, but these are essential to just mop up anything really, and essential afterwards as well. I also have another kind of muslin cloth, but this is a large one, and I might use this for wrapping the baby in, particularly if they are not settling very well and they would like to be swaddled. This is breathable, and so I can put this on and then a blanket over top, so that they're not being kind of swaddled in the blanket and not being very breathable for them. But it just depends on this baby. They might not need swaddling quite so soon, but I thought I'd pack it anyway. This is also helpful if I was feeding and I felt like I needed to cover myself up for whatever reason. You may not feel that way if you are feeding, particularly if it's in a maternity unit. I am just not one to kind of show myself, so I might feel more comfortable having something like this if there was doctors or midwives coming in and out and I was trying to feed and I just wanted to kind of cover up. I thought this was useful to have in the bag. I've tried to keep, like I said, I've tried to keep it as organised as possible. So I've got all the clothes together, then I've got a bag of nappies, and just tried to make it easier because it might not be me that's pulling things out. So in the bag, there's a little kind of pouch on the side, and in there I have the changing mats. This came with the bag, so I thought I would just keep it in there. Useful to have, makes it a bit easier for changing the baby. I also have a bag of nappy sacks. I'm never going to, 300 in this, I'm never going to go through all of these. These are just your Tesco value ones. These are fine, they're so cheap and these will last forever. I've just put the whole bag in because I thought it was easier than just putting a few in. I could have just put a few in, it would have been fine, but I just thought, get a new bag, stick it in there, then afterwards we've got them anyway, and we will eventually get through those. But I just thought it was easier just to put the whole bag in. I've then got a packet of nappies. These are Pampers, and these actually came in my Emma's Diary pack, 3-pack that I got. So if you haven't picked those up yet, it's worth getting because this is a pack of 22 nappies and so useful for your hospital bag for the baby. So I've just popped these in. I'm actually going to be using Aldi nappies. I use those for my little boy Tommy and they've been totally fine. I did use Pampers quite a lot when Tommy was little, but then switched over to Aldi eventually because they're so much cheaper, and I'm going to put these on and these are going to be fine, but I have got Aldi nappies for afterwards when the baby is at home, and I may consider doing non-disposable nappies just to see how I feel about it at the time. But for the first few days at least, or the first few weeks, I will be using disposable. But if you haven't got your Emma's Diary pack yet, I can't remember, I think it was the second pack these came in, pick it up because you get a 3-pack of nappies, a whole pack. Brilliant for your hospital bag. I also picked up a packet of water wipes. I've never used these before. I've heard a lot of good things about them. These apparently are the purest baby wipes, chemical free, 99.9% water and 0.1% fruit extract. I'm sure it says on it somewhere that they are approved by midwives. So I thought I would pick these up to put in the hospital bag. I'm not sure whether I use them afterwards. We've got non-disposable baby wipes, so they can be chemical free obviously. So I will probably be using those, but I thought for the hospital these would be really, really useful. I used cotton wool with Tommy. it's a bit hard, particularly with that first dirty nappy. So I thought I'd give these a try. I thought this would be a lot easier. This pack has 60 wipes, so that should last us the whole duration of the hospital stay, I'm hoping. But I have also packed a packet of cotton wool, and this is cotton wool pleats. Just from Tesco. This was left over from Tommy. Cotton wool doesn't go off, does it? So I've just had it stored and pulled it out, and I thought I would pack some in the hospital bag just for whatever reason those baby wipes ran out. Or you can use cotton wool while bathing the baby. We bath Tommy in the hospital, and it might be that we get to bath this baby in the hospital as well, and so you can use the cotton wool for like cleaning their around their eyes and their face and their hair, just with water on. So I thought I would pack that as well, and it takes up a little bit of space, but it's not heavy, so I just thought I would pop that in there as well. And then the last things I've got in the bag are the baby's outfits. I have 4 outfits in total. I'm hoping that's enough. Obviously I have more clothes at home if needs be. And what I've done is I have put them in a Ziploc bag, and in each one is a vest and a baby grow. And I think one of them has a little hat in. And this one here has a hat in as well, so I'll show you what's in here. So I have a little vest, and this is in up to 1 month age. I'm hoping that's okay. It says £9. Now Tommy was 9.9, but he was long rather than chubby, and he fit in newborn clothes. He did lose a little bit of weight as well, which all babies do. So I'm guessing that this will be fine, unless I've got an absolutely massive baby coming. If I do, then I'll be panicking to go and get some other clothes. Then a little baby grow. This I think is again up to 1 month. Yeah, that's up to 1 month, and again that's for £9. I think these are both from Sainsbury's. So it's a little baby grow, and these have the inbuilt mitts. So if I do want to, put these over the baby's hands because they're scratching themselves, then I have that option without having separate scratch mitts. And then just a plain white hat in there as well. I don't have a hat with every outfit. I'm assuming that the hat won't get too dirty and they can wear that on multiple days. And then I have 1 bag, so there's 4 bags in total, but this bag, what I've done is I have written on the little strip here just to say going home outfit. So if he pulls this out, he knows not to put this on the baby till we're going home, and I've just picked out a special outfit for the baby for going home, rather than, it could have been any of the outfits, it really doesn't matter, they're all cute, but I just particularly picked this out for going home. With Tommy, I picked an outfit out for him going home, and that's now in a frame downstairs on our wall, so I might do the same for this baby as well. This one is got a little penguin on, and it says, "I'm new to the world." So I thought that was really cute for the going home outfit. And I do have a little hat as well that doesn't match the outfit, but it's just a plain little hat, and it says, "Welcome to the world." So I thought I'd put that in as well, but I might change that to pen. This is quite a warm hat as well, so that might be fine for going home, or I might put the other hat on that I've packed for leaving the hospital. But the good thing about these little Ziploc bags is, one, you can put everything in the bag that you want the baby to be wearing. So you've got a vest and a baby grow in there. And if there's any dirty clothes and you need to kind of strip them down because they're either wet through the nappy or they've got poo everywhere, you can put the dirty clothes in this bag as well, and it's all contained, because obviously we won't have a washing machine at hand to just stick things in the washing machine. And this is really useful for when you're out and about, obviously after you're home from the hospital, and I will be doing this going forward. I didn't do it with Tommy, it's an idea that I've seen since then, I've also seen the idea for if you've got 2 children who need change of clothes so that you can separate their clothes, making it a bit easier for pulling things out. I mean, you can even possibly get different types of bags. So I could have this bag, type of bag for the baby's clothes, and then maybe a different type of bag for Tommy's clothes, just so I know when I'm pulling something out straight, it's easy to identify whose clothes they are. But that's everything that I've got in the hospital bag for the baby. If I need anything extra, then obviously Keith will have to pop home, but I'm hoping that I don't have much of a stay in the hospital. I stayed, I think, for 2 days with Tommy in the end, 2 nights. So hopefully I won't be in for too long, and then we've got everything at home that we need. I didn't want to pack too much. I'm planning to breastfeed, so I don't need any bottles or formula or anything like that. So that's everything I've got. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will link the video to what's in my hospital bag if you're interested in seeing that. And I will hopefully get this up before I go into labour. Who knows when I'm going to go into labour? It could be any day now. But then it could be another 2 weeks. We'll just have to see. I will endeavour to obviously get these videos up onto YouTube, but who knows, I may have already had the baby by the time they get to go up on YouTube. If you want to follow on and see when I announce the baby, you are best going to link up with me on Facebook or Instagram, which is where I'll be announcing it. I probably won't be adding any videos for a little while after the baby has been born, just because it's a big adjustment to having a new baby, and I will be tied up with looking after the baby, looking after Tommy, and just adjusting to a new lifestyle, and I don't want to be distracted from that. So if you are interested in seeing what's going on, please go over and go and follow me over on social media. I just want to say also that I should have mentioned at the beginning of the video, I've had quite a few new subscribers, so I just want to say welcome. Thank you for subscribing and following on my journey. It's lovely to have you here with me, following along, and say hi in the comments. I love to hear from you all. Even if I don't respond instantly, I do read all the comments, and I usually get back to people within a short period of time, just to say hi back and to thank you for your comments. Also, if you have noticed a difference in my editing style, unfortunately I have run out of space on my Mac and I just don't have the time to look at the disk space at the moment. I've got so much going on, and I just want to get these videos edited on back on my laptop, which is a Windows laptop, so I'm back to using my regular software, which is not as advanced. But I wanted to get the videos up rather than waiting to sort out my Mac. I just wanted to get things sorted, and that's the problem with working on 2 different systems, because I've got a laptop that's a Windows laptop and obviously Mac, which is Apple, and I'm working on 2 different systems, so I can't just like transfer things over quite as easily. I think there's probably ways, but I haven't worked it out yet, and with so much going on I really haven't got the time to look at that. But I wanted to get the videos out there, because otherwise it could be weeks before they went out there, and I would have already had a baby, and I would have been uploading my pregnancy updates and what's in my hospital bag, and I would have already had a baby by that point. So I thought it was best just to get the videos edited on my software that I was using previously, that isn't as advanced, but so that you could see the videos, get the content, and at some point I will sort out the Mac so I can start using that software again, because it is far more advanced, and hopefully you have seen a difference in my editing style. But I just wanted you to get the videos in the meantime. But anyway, I thank you for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell if you want to keep up to date and be notified when I load another video. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.